I always knew I wanted my own business, and I had a company that I sold before Alliance. It was we were buying mortgages and notes, and we sold it, and then started Alliance. And I just went for it. You open up your LLC, and you got to build your team. And so for me, I have great accountants and attorneys that I've been with for so long. We've grown together, and they've been like older brothers and mentors to me to help me in my career, which I'm very grateful for. And so I started building my team. And then slowly you evolve and you learn, and you might fall down a little bit and get back up, and you say, okay, well, I got to improve on that. And so what I did was I just kept learning and kept pushing forward. And as did more and more deals, every deal has a lesson in our business. So I take those lessons, I write them down and say, okay, what do we learn from this? How do we improve from it? And what happens, Joe, is it stacks one on top of another, and then you get to a certain point. So I say this a lot on podcasts, is that, our business is a third, a third, a third. It's the first third on your back, second third on your feet, third, last third on your stomach. I'm on my stomach. When you're on your back, when you're younger, it really motivates you to say, okay, well, how do I get to that next level? How do I build real resources? How do I raise equity? How do I find deals and create deal flow? How do I analyze deals from A to Z? And when you can really take an honest assessment of that, you learn and grow from it. And so I look back, if I had understood what personal development was, oh man, I'd be a lot better than I would today. But you live in the moment when things come to you. And so I would say to everyone, the biggest secret that I didn't know that I would encourage people is be present. Don't worry about the future. Don't say, well, I can't wait to become a billionaire. I can't wait to become a millionaire, if that's where you're starting. And looking at things and saying, okay, it's going to be a progression. It's going to be a process. It's going to be steps I need to take to become the person I want to be. And no one controls your destiny but you. And no one talks about it. Yeah, people do, but they don't really. You got to really think about what that really means. You create your own space. You create your own success. You can't blame it on anyone else, because people love to blame everyone else. It's my parents' fault. It's my friend's fault. It's my girlfriend or boyfriend's fault. No, you have choices in life, and the choices you make are critical. So be wise with your choices. We're not perfect either. We might not hire the right employee or the right resource or pick the right person that you want in your life. But you know what? You learn from it. And that's what life's about. Life is a process. People use the word journey. I believe it's a process. It's a process that you continue to learn and grow from. And it doesn't matter whether, you're in your 20s or you're in your 50s like me. You constantly will continue to learn and grow and have an open mind. And if you do that, you'll see life will be a lot easier.
Along that line of I think a lot of times there's so many distractions, right? You said kind of like, oh, the strength of the younger generation, kind of my generation, is like we have access to learning and we have access to seeing all this. But also it can be like on the flip side, it can be distraction, both in how people use their money, but also even in business, it's like we see so many people doing so many different things and can pull us so many different ways. Really, what has been your kind of mindset on focus and really sticking to the same thing, but also evolving and experimenting and trying something new when you need to?
It's a great question. What focus is everything. Focus and commitment means a lot. So for example, where I see younger employees or people that fall off a cliff is they are during the day, they're on social media all day long. They're not focused on building their craft and focus. So if you're in commercial real estate, and let's just say you're in acquisitions, well, if you're focused on acquisitions, focus on acquisitions. Don't focus on acquisitions and my Instagram account. Don't focus on acquisitions and I'm going to be on the phone with my significant other all day. If people still talk on the phone or texting, I see a lot of people texting back and forth. Well, you lose momentum, you lose knowledge, you lose time. Most people do not value their time, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
It's the biggest issue that I see in our society is if you really understood time and how valuable it is, you think twice about, am I going to be at work or in something that I love, and I'm going to let social media or someone else dictate my future? No, not me. So ask yourself that if you're being distracted and again, it goes back to my statement, you create your own space, you create your own life, you own your own life. That's why I love our show. I Own It, because it really resonates with people. But if you control your own destiny, why would you let negative people in your life? Why would you let people in your life that tells you can't do things? Why would you let social media or texting impact your life? It's just, me and my family, they know when I'm at work, I'm at work. I might call, people in my family at lunch or whatever. But at the end of the day, when I'm focused, I'm focused. I have a job to do. I have people that are counting on all my decisions and my actions. And so I want to make sure that I'm focused. And so focus is everything. It's, it creates success, and for me, I think it's critical for all the younger generation out there is if you're going to let social media and friends and others influence how you're going to conduct yourself during the day, the only one you have to blame is yourself.
Mm-hmm.